Good morning, Nystrom, and happy Tuesday to you. I hope you had a great start of the week, and I hope you weren't too tired. You know, everyone I talked to yesterday on Monday said, boy, I am really tired this morning. And do you know why? The time change. So the Saturday into Sunday, in the middle of the night Sunday morning, which is actually Saturday night for most of us, the time changed. We sprang forward. You spring forward, you fall back with the time change. So if you went to bed at 9 o'clock, it was really like going to bed at 10 o'clock, which means you get an hour less sleep. So to learn a little bit more about daylight saving time, I have a little video for you. Check it out.
Twice a year, lots of people around the world move their clocks backwards or forward, wreaking havoc on mornings across the globe. But why? What's the point of daylight savings? Let's find out on today's episode of Colossal Question. Credit for the idea of daylight savings time, or DST, is often given to a famous founding father, super inventor Benjamin Franklin. However, that's not quite right. While in France in 1784, Franklin, ever the jokester, wrote an anonymous essay suggesting people could save money on candles by waking up earlier and using the sunlight, but he never said anything about changing the clocks. That came over 100 years later, when an avid bug collector in New Zealand named George Hudson first proposed daylight savings time as we know it. You see, he had a job that left him with enough afternoon hours to get his bug collecting in, but having daylight in the afternoon was crucial. He wrote a paper suggesting we shift the clock by 2 hours for part of the year to help save his precious evening daylight. But it wasn't until the First World War that it really caught on. First, the German Empire and Austria-Hungary introduced daylight savings time in 1916. Then Britain, France, and the Allies did the same. Soon, the rest of Europe started using it, and a year later, Russia was on board. Last but not least, the US adopted daylight saving in 1918. Most countries in North America and Europe kept using DST after the end of the Second World War, and in the 1970s, it was officially adopted. There's 2 different versions of DST on Earth, one for the Northern Hemisphere and one for the Southern. Daylight saving time is much less important the closer you live to the equator. That's because daylight hours and nighttime hours stay basically the same all year round. That's why most places near the equator have never bothered with DST. Even though the US has daylight savings time, there are a few places near the equator that don't. Hawaii, most of Arizona, Puerto Rico, the US Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. So that's why we have DST. But does it really make a difference? That really depends on where you live. And now you know why we have daylight savings in the US. Comment below.
I want to give a shout out to Sebastian for recommending that video. I know he watches every day, eager to see what is happening at Nystrom. And something else I learned about daylight saving time. That Monday after, so yesterday, did you know there are more car accidents the day after daylight saving time? Because people are tired. 17% increase in car crashes the day after a time change. Crazy, huh? All right. Anyway, enough on the time change. Let's have a riddle. I realize on Friday I forgot to share the winners of Thursday's riddle, so I apologize for that. I am making it up to you today by sharing that riddle all the way back from Thursday. So a reminder, the riddle was, a girl throws a ball as hard as she can. It comes back to her even though nothing or nobody touches it. How? A lot of you got this one correct. She throws it straight up into the air, and then it comes back down. So our winners were Miss Ibby Lola, Miss B, Miss Pierce, Miss Robinson, Miss Schultz, Miss Barba, Miss Heller, Miss Fairweather, Miss Franco, Mr. LaFleur, Mr. Z, and Miss Etchie. Great job to all of you. Now let's go ahead to today's riddle. What is the best month for a parade? I mean, there's no bad month for a parade, but what is the best month? Let me know all your answers and we will share them on Tuesday. That's it for today. Remember those 4 B's. Be responsible, be respectful, be safe, and be honest. Have a great day or not. The choice is yours.